of Kediri ruled Java. But this fleet had been sent to bring the king of Java to heel, and they couldn't come back empty-handed. If Singhasari was gone, Kediri would have to do. The fleet easily captured the unprepared Kediri navy as it assembled at the mouth of a river. Then the great ships began to unload their famous Mongol troops and push into the heart of Java. And that's when they got a message. A very strange message. It claimed to be from the rightful heir to the throne of Singhasari. The sender, Raden Wijaya, was the dead king's stepson, and the blood of his ancestor, the founder of Singhasari and avatar of the god Vishnu, ran strong in his veins. But he was besieged in his new capital by the armies of the Kediri. If the Chinese would help restore him to his throne, he would happily pay tribute to the great Khan and become his willing vassal. It was an odd proposition to put their original target's heir on the throne, sure, but eminently practical. They needed to install a vassal ruler, and here one was. So they took the deal, moving on the capital of Kediri with Raden Wijaya's troops as their rearguard. But one thing about Wijaya. In Indonesian folklore, there are two kinds of rulers. There's the righteous prince, a mystic messianic figure that arises to save Java in its time of need. These figures were devout, steadfast, and morally upright. Then there are the Yago, the fighting cock. Yago are scrappy upstarts. They're rebels and gangsters, people who are resourceful, cunning, and effective, but never to be trusted. Wijaya's ancestor, the founder of Singhasari, had been a Yago. Legend said he'd once been the greatest thief in Java, a man who used theft, flattery, and guile to go from impoverished orphan to usurper of a dynasty. And Wijaya was a fitting successor to that legacy. When Singhasari fell, he'd been up north with the army, crushing a rebellion. While there, he'd received word that the king of Kediri had forced the capital. His father-in-law had died surrounded by mandalas and ritual objects, attempting to save his kingdom through mystic ceremonies as the palace burned around him. But Wijaya had something better than rituals to protect him. He had an army, and over the next year, he attacked the Kediri forces, handing them 3 defeats. But these victories got him no closer to taking the capital. If he wanted to survive, he'd need to establish a base of operations and wait for his moment. So he approached a prince who'd supported the Kediri rebellion, asking for refuge in exchange for submission. The prince, who figured allying with Wijaya might be a smart bet in the long term, agreed. Wijaya settled on the Brontis River, a place between the island's biggest port and its inland rice terraces. When he arrived, one of his followers plucked a fruit from a tree. After tasting it, the man threw it away, complaining that it was bitter. Wijaya decided that would be the name of his new capital. Bitter fruit. Majapahit.